Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a fun spring makeup tutorial for you guys. Now I wanted to keep this very affordable so everything can be accessible to you guys if you guys go to Ulta or Target. But this is the look that I came up with. Very fun, very peachy, and then a little pop of color. So if you guys would like to see how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get started in this spring makeup look. Now in this tutorial, I wanted to keep everything fresh, very just kind of not super duper matte. I want to just like the skin to look good, I want it to look glowy, and I want the eyes to kind of speak for themselves. So everything that I'll be using today is going to be down the description box if you guys are interested. So let's go ahead and get started and putting some makeup on. So I kind of did off camera, I did my brows, and then I also did my primer, but it's the Master Prime, and this is the Hydrate and Smooth one. But we're gonna go ahead and just jump into the foundation. Now I've been loving, I'm pretty sure everybody else here on YouTube has been loving it too, but I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. And if anyone's curious, I'm in shade 445. I'm doing about 2 pumps. Now, I don't personally have a drugstore concealer that I really like. I did try the, Makeup Revolution one. I tried ColourPop. Just certain ones, like, I don't know, like, they just like get super duper creasy in my eye, and I have very like creasy like under eyes, like folds, like wrinkles. So the only one that I would have to say that isn't super duper creasy on me, I have to work really quickly with it. Pretty much any concealer I have to work really quickly with, but this is just my go-to, the NARS Creamy Concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of concealer under my eyes. So whatever concealer that you use, that you love, that's your ride or die, just go ahead and use that. I've kind of learned with now concealer that less is more, because you can really drag it out and really kind of manipulate the concealer. But if you guys have a favorite drugstore concealer that you love, leave me some recommendations down in the comments, because like I said, I've been really trying to find a better concealer that doesn't super duper crease under my under eyes. And I don't know, like, this is pretty expensive and I go through it fairly quickly, so let me know you guys' recommendations. Alrighty, so concealer's on, so let's go ahead and set it before it creases. Now, a product that I've been loving that is very affordable is the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. Now, I've been using this for quite some time now, and I feel like it doesn't show, but I'm telling you, I use this like all the time, and like it's super duper, like, I don't want to say pigmented, but it's really good. Like, you just need like the most tiniest bit. I like to set it under my eyes, right here on my smile lines, and I like to do it right here right now too, where I do like my contour or like my bronzing. I think it really helps, and it really kind of makes it, smooths it out, and it doesn't like get all weird and like patchy and all of that. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a couple minutes. I've noticed too that if I let it bake for too long, that it really makes my under eyes look a little crusty and a little dry. So I have to be really careful with that. And then to use it to wipe it all off, I just use a really big fluffy brush. You can use any type of brush. And then anytime that you feel that your face might look a little powdery, or it just looks a little like it needs a little bit of hydration, moisture, you can go in with a setting mist or a spray. I know a lot of people are like ride or die MAC Fix Plus, but I've been introduced to this MORPHE Continuous Setting Spray. It is freaking amazing. It smells so good. So I'm just gonna spritz just a little bit to just kind of like give some moisture and let this really soak in and sit to my face. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna go ahead and bronze the skin. Now, I don't really particularly like super duper contour anymore. I think like back in the day, like this was like I'm talking like I'm acting like with like 10 years ago, but probably about like 2 to 3 years ago, when the Kat Von D palette was super popular. I'm pretty sure it's still popular, but for me, I don't really gravitate to it anymore. I'm not sure why, but I just don't reach for it as much as I used to. Now I mainly the one that I mainly reach to is the Marc Jacobs one, and I'm actually finally hitting pan, guys. Finally hitting pan. So I'm not gonna use it in today's video because I wanna keep this really affordable. So I'm gonna go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I love this. And I'm just gonna use this to bronze up the skin. And I'm gonna use this blush by ColourPop. It's 2D10. It's one of their like highly recommended like #1 blush, and it's like a very like muted pink. It's not like a super bright pink because I like blushes, like pink blushes, but I don't like Barbie pink blushes. So this is actually still a really pretty blush, and you can really like build it up. And most of the time for me, the first thing that normally goes away on my face is blush. Pretty much everything else stays. It's like it'll go like blush, foundation around here on my nose because I touch my nose, or on my chin, lipstick, and then pretty much everything else stays. So sometimes I do kind of pack on the blush a little bit because it does usually fade away pretty quickly. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Mascara, and this is in 100 Molten Gold. I know a lot of people love this stuff, and this will give you that like really bronzy, like just y'all bronzy. And then I'm using a Luxie tapered highlighting brush. I've been loving this brush. My mom bought this for me for Christmas. I sent her like all these like different like brush sets I wanted from Luxie, and it just fits so good in your hand. Like it just blends and like puts the highlighter on so pretty. But I love this highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I actually got this on sale when they had the 21 days of beauty. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime the eyes. Like I said, you're definitely going to prime your eyelids during the summer and springtime because you need to do it because your eyes are gonna get oily and then it's just not gonna look right. I think for like the winter time, it wasn't like big of a deal since my eyelids weren't like oily. So, but now it's like, I'm kind of seeing them being oily. I'm like, yeah, they need to be primed. We're gonna go ahead and use the Yes Please palette by ColourPop. Yes, don't make fun of me. This palette has definitely seen better days. It is a close suit for the Sunset palette from Natasha Denona, but let's go ahead and just jump right into this. I'm gonna use this shade right here, and it's called Chauffeur. So I'm just gonna use this on this blending Real Technique brush, and then we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the crease. Like I said, we're gonna do a halo look. So with halo looks, like I always like putting a transition shade. So when you're kind of like creating that halo look, you kind of have already a color in the like in your crease. So it's not like a bam, like it just doesn't look like all like cohesive and put together. So definitely always want to put a transition shade in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and back and forth. So this shade right here, you can definitely kind of blow it up and kind of bring it up, since when you put your halo, like to start creating your halo, you're gonna kind of be covering it up, so you can kind of like go a little bit above your crease to kind of give it that little like extra oomph up, so you can still see that transition-y shade. So we're gonna go into this shade right here. It's called Champs. So I'm just gonna dip our brush in. And then I usually like to kind of like pack it on. So I just want to just keep packing this shade on. And I'm using a Luxie 207. This is a medium angled shading. And then same on the other side. We're just gonna keep packing it on. And then kind of like how I like pull them together, I kind of like lightly go right into the crease. Now it's gonna look like really like blunt. This is when we're gonna go back in with our blending brush and just keep blending. And like I said, this doesn't have to be completely perfect, especially right here, because we are still going to put a like glitter or another shade in the middle. We're not leaving it like completely bare. Like I said, we're gonna go back in with our blending brush and then just lightly blend. Alrighty guys, so my camera stopped, so I finished pretty much the side, but I'm gonna go ahead and start where I kind of stopped and the first part of me doing makeup. I pretty much had everything blended out, and I was starting to work on the part of the halo eye, but kind of like the spot of the color. But I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's GNO, so I'm assuming Girls Night Out. We're just gonna say that's what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my finger, and then I'm just going to gently top it right into the area where we kind of didn't put any color in, and then really lightly I'm gonna like gently tap into the gold shade right next to it. It is Spoiled. Like, this is probably how much I'm putting on there, and I'm gonna put it right on top. So it's gonna kind of give you like a goldeny pinky color mix. So with the lower lash line, if you guys can see, I did add a pop of color. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So as I said earlier, I've been really liking the Jeffree Star brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this JS6, and it gets really tight into the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go right into that transition shade, and then we're just going to get right in there. And I'm gonna probably go about halfway like into my eye. And then since I do want to deepen it up just a tad and kind of keep into that like pinky peachy look, I'm gonna add this color right here, and it is Butter Cake. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, top it off, and then go really close as to the lash line I can, and keep it like pretty close to the edge of your eye. So like right here in this corner, you don't want to pack all the color in here, but just keep it really tight in there, because that's where we want to keep a little bit of depth into the eye. And then we're gonna go into this yellow shade, and then like I said, we're just gonna pack it in. And then once you have packed it in, we're gonna kind of blend it in with those colors, as I did right here, just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off camera real quick. I'm gonna put some liner on and a little mascara and try to find these lashes that I have. They're like super duper, I believe they're kids lashes. They're very natural, and they kind of give you a little bit of lift and a little bit of like, you know, floatiness to the eye. So I will be right back. But this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun spring tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below what next look you guys want me to do. I want to get back into doing makeup tutorials. Y'all know I love my unboxings and try-ons, but want to kind of take it back to makeup tutorials and all of that. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys want to see some more spring makeup tutorials, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.